where you want the ball to land. Now you're going to get your position with your feet parallel to the line on the ball. All right, I've got my feet fairly close. Of course, this is from experience of a lot of golfing. I could walk up to the ball on the fairway with it laying any old which way, put my feet down, put the club down, hit the ball, and be on target. This is what happens when you play enough golf or practice enough. All right. So the ball is lined up. I've got my feet and my putter, my 1-iron, the approximate distance. My feet are approximate distance from the ball. All right, I'm going to pick the ball, my golf club up, plant my foot furthest away from the landing spot, and then move my foot closest to the landing spot, adjusting it with the shaft of the club parallel with the line on the ball. Notice how I'm holding this club out from my body and about the bottom of my ribs. All right, I'm checking now to see if my feet are equidistant from the shaft of the 1-iron. I think this forward foot is a little bit back, too far, so I just wiggle it a little bit to get it the same distance. All right, it's at this point, if you're practicing in the living room, aiming at a tree outside the picture window, you set your club down, then you practice this posture method I've taught you. All right, bring the club up, point it at the ceiling, thumb pointing at the ceiling as well. Grab your thumb and shaft, and then bring your arms onto your ribs. I call this touch. Tilt the wrists until this muscle and tendon cannot bend any further. All right. Okay. Then we bend at the hips until your head of the club touches the grass behind the ball. All right. Then flex the knees until these muscles above the knees are about ready to collapse. All right. Okay, we look pretty good, and we're ready to go. All right, firm, and that method of doing the takeaway I teach you in another video. Wrist firm, and right through the middle of the holes. All right, wasn't a great and grandiose hit because I was busy talking. We'll try this again. You wouldn't notice that I didn't have good rhythm, and I reached with my arms and I hit the mat just behind the ball. So we're going to do this nice and rhythmically. Notice how quickly I set up to the ball. This is from years of practice. Everything firm. Turn, turn. There, you see that? Picked it off clean. Hit the screen dead center. All right. That's lining up from a longer view. I have a video clip after this that will show you myself with the cameras here and lining the ball and the shaft, looking straight down on it. Now, I would like to show you something about measurement. When we set up, I'll move this over just a bit. When we set up, put the club head on the ball, the distance from the club head up through the shaft, through your breastbone to the vertebrae between your shoulder blades. This is the measurement you want to feel and never change in your swing. Because if you make adjustments here, you change that measurement, and as you swing, if you don't get a return to this measurement, you miss the ball somehow or other. All right, firm, arm is straight. This arm will bend a bit, but this one keeps straight and keeps the measurement. And then turn. I was worried. All right, turn and turn. There, tick the top of the tee that time. This measurement is important. Club head up through the shaft, through your breastbone, to the vertebrae between your shoulder blades. That is a critical measurement. Any adjustment in any way, flipping your hands, you change the measurement. It's either a crooked line or the measurement is not the same as when you set up. You might whiff the ball or hit the mat behind the ball. This arm is the main guide. This one will fold a bit, but this arm re-straightens to be back to the original position using this straight arm as the guide. All right, before I put this club through the picture window behind the screen, I'll end now. When you're teeing the ball up, you can also align a mark on the ball with the landing place where you want the tee shot to land. I'm not worried about slopes or anything like that in the fairway. You just pick a spot where you want that ball to land, and then you can set up the ball aimed at that spot. I've got one prepared here, and I've got an approximate position with my posture. And what we're going to do is, like we did with the putting, is line up the shaft of this 1-iron with the line on the ball. Hard to see the line, that's why I've got a plastic ball with slots in it to help line this up. This is pretty close. Alright, the next thing is to try to get the toes of both feet equidistant from the shaft, which is now parallel with the line on the ball. Alright, equidistance. Very hard to do this right now, but this is close. But this is showing you the idea of what you must do when you're practicing in your living room. This is practiced simply to get used to what alignment to the ball and a target landing spot will be like. Alright, then you're moving, you go to the back of the ball, line everything up with the landing spot. Sorry, oh, you're at the ball already. You take set the club down behind the ball, and you're ready to be in posture and line up to hit the ball.